Hello, guys. You're welcome to Shedex FM. This is an exclusive interview here on Shedex FM. I have Mrs. Ifeanyi Olajuwon in the studio. Thank you so much for joining us on the studio.
So glad to be here also.
Thank you very much. So today we are looking at deadbeat parents. Should deadbeat parent be allowed in children's life when they finally made it in life? That's what we're going to be looking at today. Also, I know you might be surprised that, or you might be thinking, what exactly is a deadbeat parent? But don't worry, every of this thing will be digested here on the program today. So I want to start with you, Mrs. Olajuwon. What exactly is a deadbeat parent?
All right. Deadbeat parent. Those are the parent that don't really stay in the life of their children. You understand? Maybe due to one situation or the other. There are some some couple maybe they find out that they are not compatible. They will have to maybe the father leaves or the mother leaves. You understand? Leaving the children with one of the parents. And then just goes and never looks back, you understand, to what, as in to even know if whatever is happening to the children or to the child, or you understand, they just go. Then at the end of the day, maybe due to maybe one or two things that happens to the child, maybe the child now becomes maybe a celebrity
or someone very successful.
Successful, and now they want to now come back to, as in, be in the life of that child, you understand. So that is what we call deadbeat parents. So those parents that leaves and never looks back, to know whatever is happening to the child, and they don't care. They just want to live their own lives.
Okay, so now what is considered a deadbeat parent, like she has explained, is the parent that was absent in the life of a child. That is who is considered a deadbeat parent. Now, the question is, we've seen situations, we've seen scenarios whereby our celebrities, successful businessman, businesswoman, maybe their long gone parents are coming back into the picture saying, I gave birth to you. So do you think a deadbeat parent should be allowed into someone's life?
Well,
after being successful.
Yeah, for me, I don't think they should be allowed.
Okay.
Because one, they never cared. You understand? They just left and never looked back. And then all of a sudden, because you now know I'm successful, or because you now know that everything is going fine for me, then you want to come back and now be part of that story, you understand? To me, I don't think it's right, you understand? But some will say, okay, biblically, you oh, God forgives, you should forgive them and stuff like that. But for me, I think they shouldn't, because any parent that really didn't that, how will I put it? Didn't put that
investment
that's the word, into that child, should not partake
or expect a return.
Expect anything in return. Because as in the Yoruba, they'll say there's this adage, they say why jenwomo. You understand? Jenwomo to me means is for that parent that really sat down that invested everything, emotionally, monetary, and every emotion, as in mentally and everything, in that child. You understand? But for you not to have done that, you understand? So why would you just come? Okay, let's see that. What about if that child had not become successful? Will that parents
come
back into the picture? Will they want to take part, you understand, in the success of that child? You understand? So if they can't be there from the beginning, in the first place, then they should just stay away. You understand? They should stay away. They should continue living their own life, while we, the child, as in the child also, continue living his or her own life too. So that's the way I see it.
Thank you very much. I stumbled on an interview with Bimbo Ademoye. I don't know if you know her.
Okay.
She didn't actually grow up with her mother, but she says that she's doing her part. This is your monthly allowance, this is your
that's why I said biblically or religious, when we want to talk about the religious aspect of it, they'll say, okay, the mother or the father, you understand, that they have this belief that in as much as the mother bathed as
the
gave
child
birth to the child, you understand, then that child has a kind of responsibility towards the parents. You understand? So they now believe that, okay, no matter what, no matter what might have transpired, what might have happened, then you have that responsibility to be there for your parent. But I feel that
Financially, in this case.
yeah, financial. No, they will sometimes they'll say emotionally, mentally. You understand? You have to be there for them. Like in a situation, maybe that parent becomes sick, you have to be there. You understand, mentally to take care of that parent. But to me, I just feel that this life is a kind of a give and take thing.
Situation.
The way I see it. You understand? So when you give, then you definitely expect in
A return,
you understand?
yes.
So, but if the parent has not been there to support in every ramification, then definitely I don't think that parent,
Should be
you understand, should be expecting
something.
something in return from such child. You understand?
Okay. Thank you so much for what you've explained, but I want to get you right.
Okay.
So now I am doing my right as a child. I'm, financial, I'm help. You need this, I'm sending it to you. Maybe probably like you cited, maybe he or she is sick. I'm there like, okay, what do you want? Okay, aside from that, do you think such a dead parent should be allowed into a child's life? She's not been there, he or she, your father or mother has not been there from day one, and then all of a sudden you are in the limelight and he or she is coming back into your life. Should you accept them? I understand that there's some right that you have to give because they are your parent, they bettered you, but should they be allowed in your life?
For me, my own opinion, in my own honest opinion, is they shouldn't be allowed.
Okay.
You understand? Because I believe this thing that for that child to get to that point in life, as in there must have been a lot of struggles along the way.
Yes.
You understand? There must have been the kind of a trauma
Yes.
that child must have undergone, you understand, with that process. Because imagine a child going to school and then being told that, oh, where is you don't have a father. You understand? Maybe during fights or this thing, and the child is
Even
being
PTA
insulted.
meetings.
So the child, there's no father maybe to represent the child, or
Yes.
a mother to represent the
Yes.
child. So those kind of trauma and those kind of things must have an effect on the child. So even for that child, seeing the mom, that's in the deadbeat parent coming back, the first thing that comes to that child's mind is that, why are you here?
Okay.
You understand?
So, thank you.
So I feel they shouldn't be allowed, because allowing them in, they are now coming back with their own baggage.
Exactly.
Remember, they have their own baggage.
Exactly.
They're coming in with their
because
own baggage.
for them to want to come in,
Yeah.
something must have gone wrong.
Yeah, exactly. You get it. So I believe they should just stay. You understand? As we say in our this Gen Z slang, day your day.
Make a day my day.
You know?
Okay, so thank you so much. Because of our time, is there anything you'd like to say to deadbeat parents out there and to children out there?
Yeah. What I want to say is that, before you take any action in life, especially when it comes to, as in, a marriage where children are involved, you sit down and think it through before you take any drastic measure. You understand? And then, even if, let's say, the situation is so drastic that it's beyond repair or control, do everything possible to stay in the life of your children. You understand? Do everything possible to stay in their life. You understand? One way or the other. Just do it, because I'm telling you, this thing is really affecting our society, but we are not really getting it. It's affecting the society a lot. Because if you look at most of these thugs or whatever we have out there today, you see that most of them are as a result of that, as in parent leaving, no one taking care, no father,
no fatherly love, no motherly love, no support,
no support in, So I think we should really look into it.
So thank you so much, Mrs. Olajuwon. Thank you so much for this. And I'm very sure that everyone at home, you've also learned one or two things what a deadbeat parent is. So that's all we can take today on our exclusive interview on She Dex FM. My name is Damilola Adekunle. See you next time. Thank you.